Welcome back. An article in the Daily Mail reports that Japanese technology firms are making office productivity software so unbelievably potent, their AI can predict who's going to steal office supplies, who's going to have a nervous breakdown at work, or conduct an office affair with their coworkers. They can do that all in advance. It's amazing. Is it creepy or a more efficient way to facilitate office romances? Well, let's ask our fine and gorgeous panel. Paul Mercurio is a stand-up comic and a former attorney and current heartthrob. He just released a new comedy album, It's Not Me, It's the World, available on iTunes. And Rachel Campos-Duffy is here. She's a national spokesperson for the Libre Initiative. She was on Outnumbered today on FNC. She'll be on tomorrow at noon Eastern. Welcome to the both of you.
Hello. Nice to be on the new show.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. It's so nice to have you here.
Yeah.
Exciting. So let's talk about Japan.
Yeah.
I think this is really creepy. I mean, the fact that big companies are trying to use algorithms to figure out if you're going to have a nervous breakdown, if you're going to be a klepto, if you're going to cheat with someone else in the office. It's pretty scary, and, you know, the worry is that we're going to import it over here. Do you think people have just gotten used to the idea of no privacy?
I think more and more, but still that doesn't mean it should be tolerated. First of all, I don't know how effective it's going to be. I mean, there's an app that can detect if you're on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Here's a newsflash for you, Japan. If one of the big ways that you're going to have a nervous breakdown is knowing that you're being spied on with an app to detect if you're going to have a nervous breakdown.
That'll give you a nervous breakdown. Yeah, everyone was fine beforehand.
Right.
But can't you see this coming over to America and your boss calling you in and being like, you know, we ran the algorithm, we read all your tweets and all your Facebook updates, and we have to fire you because at some point you're going to go crazy and steal stuff.
Right, and you could just be like, they may think you're mad at the boss, but maybe you're just mad at the hygiene in the break room. You know, like they don't really, I mean, like you said, it's not always. I also think that it's really probably not just bad for workers, it's probably bad for business, because some of those people that are disgruntled are the ones that are noticing the systems that aren't working right in your organization, and so they're the agents of change that could actually improve your business, and suddenly you're going to fire them because you think they're mad at the boss or whatever. Well,
and then the other issue for me is sort of like, will it work? I mean, it's Japan, you know. Yeah. How did the Fukushima nuclear power plant work out for them? They had technology and everybody was glowing after that.
Well, I mean, compared to a natural disaster in Haiti, they actually did a pretty good job, I have to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just feel like this whole thing is sort of like that line between a company's right to sort of know what's going on with his employees and getting the most out of them, and employees' right to privacy. There's an app that supposedly can detect if you're going to have an affair. You're married 25 years to your wife, you don't know if she's having an affair. What good is the app works like my MapQuest app? You're dead.
Yeah,
it's
listen,
never
my employee
need Waze.
I'm a political spouse. I think it would be kind of cool to have that app in the office. I live in Wisconsin. My husband, I could just make sure that all women who might hit on my husband would just be fired.
What is going on in your marriage?
Watching you. A Seattle physics teacher reportedly decided to alter his curriculum to include lessons that illustrate the students' economic and racial privilege in a physics class. I just spit! In part by spending time exclusively on black physicists and why there aren't more to read about. So, okay, now, Rachel, here you have the hard sciences, which are about empiricism, objective facts, and theory that can ultimately be disproven, all right? So that's essentially what science is, using the scientific method. But something like white privilege and racial relations, so incredibly subjective. Have teachers lost their minds?
Absolutely. I mean, that's why, you know, Ben Carson, he's the neurosurgeon, pediatric neurosurgeon, he says, when you open someone's brain up, you know, it's all the same. I mean, I don't know why.
Not mine. There's a lot of bad stuff up there. It's garbage.
Yes, it's really, it's you know what, most importantly, it's really patronizing to minorities.
I feel like he's clearly a guy with his own agenda, okay? This is science.
Agenda.
Yeah, and do it on your own time, okay? And frankly, he only focused on black physicists, no other minorities. Yeah. So in teaching racism, he was being racist. It's like
to
learning.
Hispanics. What about Hispanics?
It's like learning to be a doctor by beating up people.
Female first-generation Romanian-American Scottish physicists don't exist because perhaps they got degrees in philosophy and not physics from UCLA. You guys, I want to thank you so much for being here. It's such a nice conversation.
Omaha.
Where are you going to be?
I'm not going to be in Omaha, but I'm going to be touring the country. I'm going to be in Baltimore this week.
Great city.
Comedy Factory. Next week I'm going to be in Edmonton, Canada. First week of March, I'm going to be at the San Francisco Punch.
oilers country.
Yeah.
And San Francisco.
I'll bring you back
You're
some oil.
the globe. Please do.
Right.
Oil and some of that San Francisco liberalism.
There you go.
Goes over so well in big cities. You guys, thanks so much. Today is Fat Tuesday. A Mardi Gras confession for you is coming up in moments. Stay right here.